Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we just round off the season with two derby games against Espanyol and Real Madrid. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting any silverware this season. We are going to be hopefully finishing second if we get any um, points whatsoever against Espanyol or Real Madrid. We will confirm our second place finish. We've already started sorting the team out for next season. We've already signed the striker that I told you about, Ramohet, and we're after a centre back who we tried to sign in our first season, but it didn't quite work out at the time. Um, Espanyol are trying to claim a European spot themselves, and obviously Real Madrid have won the league anyway, so it's just going to be for bragging rights, both of these games, really. In terms of our recent form, after losing the Copa del Rey final last time out, we also lost in the league to Celta Vigo. Incidentally, as it stands, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Um, I don't think Real Madrid would have lost their last two games of the season. We managed to get 2-0 wins over Mallorca and Valencia, respectively, in our last two games. So going into this game, we're in okay form, but obviously, I think the team they obviously know that we're not in line to win any silverware now, so it's just a case of seeing out the season. We've got Headling goal, Echeverria, Gelma, Araujo, and Koundé at the back. It is potentially his last game at the new camp, so it's obvious that we're going to start him today. We've got Gonzalez, Balde, Verelst, Yilmaz, and De Ketelaere midfield with Ramos up front. Um, it will be a shame to lose Koundé, I think, but I'm still umming and ahhing. No one's come in for him, so we're still in a position where we could offer him a new one-year contract. But again, I've not made my mind up with it yet. It's just going to be a case of wait and see. Um, if we can sign the defender that we want, I am hopeful that he will cover it not just at centre back but at right back as well. And at 6'3", the guy that we're signing is going to be a very big force to be reckoned with defensively, in my opinion. Here is Douglas Mendes into Nico. Now Sican moving forward for Espanyol. His pass takes a deflection and Yilmaz picked it up, but didn't have any support, and it's knocked forward. Araujo managing to get there ahead of Gruber. Now Koundé back into Araujo, and now Gonzalez into Gelma. Echeverria into Balde. We're moving the ball quite well here without looking massively creative, or else though finding the Catalan, that's over the top for Gonçalo Ramos, and he got there just ahead of the keeper, and he's finishing the season very well. Gonçalo Ramos, he's had a very good campaign, and it looks set to be continuing here. Just 2 minutes on the clock, and a very well worked goal, really. Played it well through the left hand side and central midfield, and the ball over the top was well caught on to by Gonçalo Ramos. He finished it well, just got there ahead of the keeper, and it rolled into the back of the net. We have our lead here. Like I say, it's just about bragging rights now in these derby games. Um, Obviously, El Clasico is the big one. This is more of a local derby, from what I'm led to believe, Barcelona and Espanyol. So a win here is still very important. We want to maintain our stature against these other clubs. So fingers crossed we can do so. Certainly a positive start. A lot of possession for us at the minute, but again, not too much creativity happening at the moment. But hopefully we can push on and get a second goal before half time. Obviously, like I say, with nothing to fight for really, it's just the bragging right side of things. We're not going quite as all out, I don't think. I think the team's just doing what it needs to be quite honest, as is respective of the fact that we've had no highlights going into half time following that goal. But it seems to be a solid enough performance, and fingers crossed we can continue in that manner. We've done very well in possession. Creativity's been good at best. 2 shots on target out of the 5 attempts at goal so far. But having 70% possession is certainly working in our favour at the moment. But here is Aliaga into Nico. Plays it back into Sanz. We have got players chasing down. Lepre just beating Gonçalo Ramos to the ball there. And now Rodriguez moving forward, decides to take the strike. It's quite a way over the crossbar, and in the end, not much danger presented by them in that opportunity. I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't pushed on anymore. I am this formation has worked out quite well for us, but I am toying with the idea of trying to push the team forward a little bit more next season if we're still here. Obviously, with the fact that we've not won any silverware, the board are obviously letting me see out the season, but I'm not entirely sure if we're still going to be here next season. I don't know what plans the board has. They're not happy with the fact that we lost in the cup final. They're not happy with the fact that we only got in the round of 16 of the Champions League. But they are happy that we've challenged for the league title. So that is something that we might be okay. Obviously, we've already started building the team for next season. We're looking at just one or two bigger name players just to really shore up the side. But again, as I was saying, I'm trying to get the business done early, but I don't know if we'll be here next season at the moment. Here is Araujo into Gonzalez, working it well down this right hand side. Kazim Yilmaz picks it up. Chance to get it into the penalty area. Instead, he lays it into Varels, and there is the Catalan and these explosive finishes that we've been doing this season, in off the underside of the crossbar from close range. That pretty much secures our victory here. It's 2-0. Incidentally, Heddle has broken a record for the number of clean sheets as well this season. Um, the previous record was 27 clean sheets in a campaign, not just in the league, this is overall, by Ter Stegen, and he's broken that now. He's currently sat, if all goes well here, that'll be his 29th clean sheet of the season. Here is the Catalan to Yilmaz over the top, and Gonzalo Ramos is in behind here, and it's a good save in the end by Garcia in goal for Espanyol. We've got 10 minutes to go. A number of players are struggling for fitness, but there's a full week before the Real Madrid game. We're just going to let the game play out, I think, unless we have to make substitutions, which we're not going to need to here. I think that's another thing I need to do next season if we're still here. I need to be a little bit more careful with the substitutions, because at times it has cost us in one or two games where we've changed the whole midfield, for example, because of fitness worries, and obviously they're not up to speed, and we've just been played around and then conceded the goals. But we will have to see what happens. But that is a very good result, really. A 2-0 win. Every single player performing above a 7, well, at a 7 or above. Koundé and Echeverria included there. So good performances all round. Can't fault that. And at 2-0, it ended up being quite a comfortable victory. 3 games in a row now at 2-0. Let's hopefully make it 4 with this game against Real Madrid. If we do beat Real Madrid, we'll be finishing the season on 97 points. And to get that number of points and finishing second, it hurts a little bit, I'll be honest. But Real Madrid are certainly in with a shout of getting to that 100 points. But that win has meant that we have secured second place as well, which is also very important. It's an improvement on last season, and we've also got quite a number of more points than we did last season as well. So a lot of improvements, but at the same time, we've missed out on quite a bit. And the Champions League round of 16 again. So certainly things that we need to look at. There's going to be a lot of work to do in the summer in terms of maybe players coming in. Obviously, like I say, we're trying to do our business early. Potentially players maybe leaving the club as well. Certainly a lot to think about going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. So we've got a week to go until that Real Madrid game, so I'll just get through that off camera. We'll come back for El Clasico, and that should hopefully round off the season nicely, providing we can get a good result. And if not, we've certainly got something to build on anyway. So bear with me, and we'll be back for the big one. Okay then, here we go for El Clasico. It's the last game of the season. We've confirmed second place. We are going to rotate just a little bit, I think, just to give a few other players a bit of game time, really. Koundé is in the squad. He's one of our substitutes. He will come on for, again, I don't know if it's going to be his last game or not. I'm hoping to bring him on, but we'll see what happens during the game. Ramos has taken a knock, so Tobias Gonzalez is going to deputise up front for him, with Aristide Bell playing just in behind him. Otherwise, it's quite a familiar look to the back four and part of the midfield. So hopefully we can get something from this big game against Real Madrid, but there's not a lot riding on it. It's just the bragging rights. Overall, disappointed that we haven't won a trophy this season, but we've certainly improved this season, I think. Having had the full pre-season as well, I think that has helped. But, uh, you know, it's always measured by trophies at a side like Barcelona, and with the fact that we haven't won any, it's a concern. So we're going to have to really focus in next season if we're still here. But a good way to build for next season is to get a win here. We've got the bragging rights in the Catalan derby against Espanyol. Let's hope we can do it here in El Clasico. Molina and Otto exchanging passes. Molina again, just laying it off to him. Gonzalez finds Balde, plays it through. Aristide Bell with an opportunity, and he's hit the post, and it goes wide. Good chance for the youngster. I've been quite impressed with Aristide Bell. He is classed as a wonder kid, but he seems to have settled in quite well. We've used him quite sporadically so far this season, but he has played well when he has managed to come through. Scored his first goal of the season not that long ago. It was only a couple of games ago, so hopefully he can build from there. Endrick just got played through there. There's a hint of offside, but I think that's going to get given. Yep, it was a very well-timed run, and I almost missed that, to be quite honest. I was obviously talking about one of our young talents, but Endrick has put Madrid in front here, and as you can see, again, possession-wise, we're doing very, very well, but going forward, we're not looking great. We obviously haven't had the backup following the sale of Lautaro Martinez to Gonçalo Ramos, but obviously next season we've got Ramelhet coming in, and he is going to be either first choice or a very close second to Gonçalo Ramos. Here is Balde with a chance to play it forward, and there is the pass. Tobias Gonzalez almost won it back from the defender, but they do manage to get it away. Here's Koopmeiners into Vinicius. Now Ortega. Kazim Yilmaz does well to win it back. Again, he's a player that we may look to bring in permanently. I've not made a decision on him yet either. Plays it all the way back to Gonzalez. Now Varels into Yilmaz again. Good opportunity maybe for Molina. We didn't really want it to fall to him, did we? But a well-worked move nonetheless. Certainly signs to be positive there, but no shots on target as we approach half-time in these last 10 minutes or so. Possession has evened up a little bit more, and we finally had a shot on target, but obviously the lack of highlights isn't helping. Celta Vigo striker Roger has scored twice. I've just noticed down there he had the beating of us again. He's done it against us before, and he did it again in the run-in to the end of the season. He is certainly a good striker, and yet it's a strange one with him because you look at his attributes, and he's not the best striker around by any means, but he consistently scores goals. That is for sure. As things stand here, though, 50-50 possession now. It's certainly evened the game up a bit. I can't see us getting back into it. We've not looked like scoring apart from that one chance for Aristide Bell. And I think, to be honest, with half an hour to go, we are going to look at making some substitutions, to be honest. We're just going to rotate a little bit. We'll bring some of the players on that haven't had much game time, and Koundé will get his opportunity to potentially see out his career here at Barcelona. We're going to bring Roger on as well for Yilmaz. Seglin Benny's fit again, which is nice as well. Martin is going to come on for Federico Gonzalez. I know these are only two-star quality players, but it's important that we give them some game time. As I was saying, we've finished second anyway now. There's no need to really push anything. We're going to, I think for the fifth one, we'll bring Fofana on in central midfield as well. So all the youngsters getting their opportunities. And Koundé, of course, with the chance to see out his career as well. Overall, in terms of chances, it's actually ended up being a reasonably even game. Um, Again, possession-wise, quite even. XG's quite even as well, but we haven't looked like getting a goal, unfortunately. It is a bit of a shame. And Tobias Gonzalez has been a lot more influential when he's played out wide, but realistically, he should be able to play up front, and he's not had a single opportunity today. Um, Again, that could be a sign of how good Real Madrid are, but at the same time, it could also be a sign of the fact that some of our younger talents aren't quite ready to be challenging for titles. Real Madrid, incidentally, looking at the number of chances, they've just charged forward now, and we've not created anything, unfortunately. The youngsters have had their opportunities to perform, at least, but that is the season done. No one had a good performance apart from Varelst, and it's a shame that we've ended the season like that. It wasn't a good performance, unfortunately, and in the end, Real Madrid ran away with the opportunities. Fortunately, we didn't concede any more goals because that could have been a lot worse, really. Hedl with a 7.1 getting man of the match from our point of view, in my opinion. And in the end, we finished 7 points behind Madrid. To be quite honest, I know it sounds a bit daft, but and it probably could have been different had we been closer to Madrid where the league's concerned. But I'm quite glad that we've lost against them without the title being on the line. So a little bit of a saving grace, but that's all I can really say on that, to be honest. Um, Going forward, like I say, I'm not entirely sure where we stand in relation to the job itself. We've certainly got things to think about, so we'll have to reevaluate and go from there. We have already started to rebuild the side, but again, it's completely up to the board now, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. So when we come back next time, it's going to be a transfer roundup that's been going on so far over the summer, and it'll probably be the first league game of the season. It could also be the first two games of the season. If there's not a lot of transfer rounding up to do, we may do it that way, but we will have to wait and see. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. And this is Big Will, signing away.